Hey, my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is September the 26th. The time is now 5:16 p.m. Like I said before, this is my second video for today. Today was a beautiful Wednesday. Yes, it was a little rainy, but you know what? We got through it. Once again, I am back. This video right now, we're going to be talking about why is it important to face our fears? 3 ways to face our fears. Now, before I get into the video, what I'm going to discuss with you guys is I know that we all have fears, but fears actually hold us back. And this is why today we're going to be discussing 3 reasons why, or 3 ways to overcome our fears. 3 ways to overcome our fears. So, one way to overcome our fear is by facing the fear with a little heart. So whatever it is that you're afraid of, instead of allowing this fear to continue to push you into a corner, to continue to make you afraid, to continue to make you, go through hoops and stuff to avoid that fear, why not just face that fear with a little heart? You understand? Because see, what happens is that fear will take control over your life. And the last thing you want to do is say, you know what? I wish I had took the chance to overcome that fear. It's okay. It's okay to face your fears. I applaud that because all it's doing is holding you back. That's all it's doing. Now, the second way for us to overcome our fears today is to realize that fear is only false evidence appearing real. It's not real. Honestly speaking, I believe that sometimes we have fears because we put it in our own mind. We're afraid of people talking about us. We're afraid of being disliked. We're afraid of people trying to start problems. We're afraid of certain animals because we might have seen certain movies or had certain experiences as a child. But let me tell you something. It's a good thing to overcome that fear because it makes us a lot stronger once we face that fear with a little heart. Once we face that fear with a different mindset and say, you know what? I could get through this. It's not as bad as it seems. It's false evidence appearing real. So once you change your mindset and you believe that it's not as bad as it may seem, overcoming your fears will be so easy, you know? And then the third way for us to overcome our fears is say to ourselves, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? Honestly speaking. And this is how we overcome those fears. This is how we overcome those challenges. This is how we become stronger inside from facing our fears. I used to have fears. I allowed other people to put fears in my mind. But then I got to a point where I said, you know what? I'm not going to allow someone else's fear to become mine. I'm not going to allow myself to be held back for so long because mentally I just couldn't seem to block that fear out my mind. I couldn't seem to overcome it. But then you get to a point where you get sick and tired of having these fears in your mind. So you get to a point where you say, you know what? I'm tired of allowing this fear to, just take over my mind, take over my body and my soul. You gotta let that fear know who's in charge. So if you guys have a fear right now, I want you to write that fear down, right? And I want you to slowly but surely overcome it. And if you feel like it's something that you obviously can't seem to overcome right now, like I said, work on it a little bit at a time. Me, I'm going to tell you something. I don't like water bugs. I seem to have a very big problem with those. But at the end of the day, I allowed that fear to control my mind for so long. But I'm slowly but surely working towards overcoming that fear so that it won't consume me. Because I don't want to be consumed by that fear. I'm tired of being afraid of certain things. I'm ready to face my fears with heart. And it feels good to have that inner strength. And it makes me feel like I'm stronger now because I'm starting to face my fears and I'm not afraid anymore. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? For so long, you can be afraid of something and not even realize why you're afraid of it, not even understand it, or allow someone else to implant that fear in your head. But let me tell you something. Don't allow someone else's fear to become yours. And if you are afraid, that's okay. Acknowledge the fact that that's a fear of yours and be fully determined to overcome that fear because that's where you build that inner strength and you need that. You need it. But like I always say, guys, I hope those tips helped you guys. And like I say, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, visit my website at shoploveronline.com. Until next time, you guys face your fears with heart. Peace.